Okay, so getting a head start on Venus Day messages. Of course, it's going to be a twin flame update for divine masculine, divine feminine. I already pre-shuffled, so I have two piles here. The left pile will be the divine feminine pile, and then the right pile will be the divine masculine pile. And I'll just dance back and forth. Okay, let's start with hi. If you're new here, welcome. My name is B. If you're accustomed to being here, then you already know how this goes. Okay, you probably don't know how this spread goes, but you know my typical get down, right? Right. So of course, you know I typically don't do two different piles, but I felt called to do two different piles, so I wanted to do a twin flame update just generally for the collective, and I wanted to separate it in two different piles. Okay, like I said, left side will be divine feminine, right side will be divine masculine. Before we get started and to get into some things, we are doing a 20% off sale using Valentine 23. And again, that is Valentine 23 as the promo code for 20% off of all love and sex readings. This does apply to the twin flame mirror update service that I have. We do have a twin flame mirror update service where you can check the update of the mirror. If you don't know what I mean by mirror, then probably you're new to this journey. But of course, the divine mirror is how we reflect back to each other what needs to be done or where we're stuck at. You can do 20% off of that reading. Okay. Along with the other ones. So that includes the mini love, the in-depth love. So if you're watching this and you don't know if you're a twin, but something here resonates, you can book to further confirm or deny whether you are a twin. I can confirm or deny that for you. I pulled channel songs. I pulled two little wild cards, two little cards from my little We're Not Really Strangers deck. It's not an oracle deck and it's not a tarot deck, but it's something that I bought that I'm just putting to use. If you know, you know. If you've been watching me, then you already know what I'm talking about. I pulled a couple of astrology cards, and then I pulled an oracle, and then we'll go in from there to the tarot cards. I will pull some channel messages from the divine counterpart, and I will add some sex cards as well, just to add a little spicy, but that will be over on Patreon. So if you want to catch the extended where you get channel messages from divine masculine and divine feminine, or just the sexual energy in between you guys, you can definitely join my Patreon. That can be found below in the description box. My website can be found below in the description box, along with other things that you might need to know about me or where to find me down below in the description box. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, because that was a mouthful, so let's go ahead and start with what we have. The channel song, let's start with divine feminine. The channel song for divine feminine, or the channel song from divine feminine, so this will be to divine masculine. Well, actually, let me switch it. So the song that was to you, divine feminine, because I just feel like I need to switch it. The channel song from divine masculine to you was Giveon's All of Me. Y'all know I love me some Giveon, honey. I love his music so much. So I am a big fan of this song. So this was from divine masculine. Okay. The lyrics that I wrote down says, wait, if this is what you want, then baby, okay. Yeah. He doesn't say what you want and now it's too late. Cause you're right outside, let you up, lay you down. It's just us. He lost your touch, all to me. Okay. And then it goes into the chorus. The girls that get it. If you know the chorus, then of course you know where the chorus comes in. And if you don't, you don't. Let me just pause and say it's 1:11 in the morning my time. I've seen 1:11 twice. So I don't know if 11. I don't know if 111 is a number y'all have been seeing a lot, or if 1111 is a number y'all been seeing a lot. I know I've been seeing 1111 and 111 a lot. I've been seeing a lot of different shit. But I've just caught it twice. I saw it when I pressed the recording and it was 1:11 in the recording time, and it's currently 1:11 right now. So just wanted to say that. I will say intuitively, the energy that I gotten from the masculine's divine feminine is some of you might be having some contract switches, is an update that I'm picking up here. Giveon All to Me kind of felt split. For some of you, you will be running into a new masculine, right? And this is the masculine that's going to say your old masculine lost his touch to the new one, right? For some of you, this is coming from your old masculine, like the original one, right? And I am getting a sense of energy of especially if you're kind of exploring, right? I know that a big collective of divine feminines is no longer waiting for the masculines to get themselves together. We're exploring our options, right? Understanding that life don't stop for nobody. And if you are exploring your options, I do get a big energy of whoever you're talking to right now, they're gonna lose to me, because you're gonna come back to me. He's not gonna say what you want him to say, because he's not me. Right? He's not gonna touch you the way that you need to be touched and love you the way that you need to be touched. Even in the chorus, right? Oh, he still don't make you feel beautiful. I know I do. Just know I got you, right? So it's kind of giving a split sort of energy. The original masculines, if you are dating around and they might know about it, it's giving, yeah, okay, if that's what you want to do, then okay. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go talk to other people, then whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go explore your options, but they still don't make you feel beautiful, they still don't say what you want them to say, they still don't make you feel like you're enough, and that's because you need me to do that. You know what I'm saying? A little cocky, if I do say so myself. And others of you, there was an energy of, you have a new masculine. So of course, just take it for how it resonates. If you want to book a personal, you can, but it is giving that some of you will be meeting a new masculine, and you think that you want this old masculine until this new masculine come, and it's like, oh girl, he don't make you feel beautiful. What? He don't say what you want him to say. He don't do what you need. You listen. It's okay. You can stop trying to make it with this person. Pull up. I'm gonna come see you. We gonna come talk. It's just gonna be us. So I'm gonna lay you down. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into some things. It's a very big energy of that. Okay. I will say, divine masculine, your channel message from divine feminine was, and excuse me if I butcher her name wrong, I think it's Sanoa Allegra. Sanoa Allegra, not really sure how to pronounce her name. But it's the song Whoa. Beautiful voice. I love her voice. And the lyrics that I wrote down was, I don't want to leave. I just want to be here by your side. You make me feel and believe that we are in paradise. 'Cause I don't feel the ground. No, I don't feel the ground. But I'm feeling right. I'll tell you what it's all about, 'cause you're making me feel this way. It's kind of like, whoa, you know? So it's definitely a big energy of, this is definitely going to be a split collective. Some of you are definitely meeting a new masculine. Masculines, you might be meeting a new feminine. And you're definitely making her feel like, you know, like she's floating on cloud 9. For some of you, again, I'm already picking up that this is going to be a split pile. So again, just take what resonates, book a personal reading if you need to. But some of you, again, if this is your old person, I can see that in the telepathic energy too, with just the songs, right? Divine masculine, the original one, is saying, wait, listen, if that's what you want to do, if you want to go date around, if you want to go explore your options, you know what I'm saying, you can do that, but they still gonna lose your touch all to me. You know, oh, they still don't make you feel beautiful. I know I do. Just know I got you. I'm coming back to make you feel beautiful, right? And I do see divine feminines responding and saying, no, I actually don't want to do that, right? So even to compare the songs, the first line here says, wait, if this is what you want, then baby, okay. You know what I'm saying? He don't say what you want, but now it's too late, right? Even though he don't say what you want, I'm already back. So if you want to go date around and go deal with other people, that's cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'll just have to do that because it's a little too late. But at the end of the day, he's not going to say what you want him to say. He's not going to do what you want him to do, right? And I see divine feminine, you being here like, well, I don't want to leave because you know what I'm saying? I want to be here by your side, right? You make me feel like I'm in paradise. You know, you make me feel like, whoa. So I do feel like this could definitely be the energy energetically or telepathically between the two right now, currently, as far as February 10th 2023 is concerned. Okay, now I did pull some we're not really strangers cards, right? Divine feminine, you have, do you think my job affects me positively or negatively? How does it affect us, right? What assumptions did you make about me that turned out to be false? Right? So this could be also some things that divine feminine have been thinking about, where it's like, you know, I wonder, you know, what assumptions did you have about me, right? How did you feel about me at first that you already know isn't what it is? You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's something you do, divine feminine, with your job. Maybe you work a lot, you know what I'm saying, that makes you kind of affected, right? Maybe you work with patients. Maybe you work in a nursing home, right? That maybe could make you feel very drained and negative. Maybe you work with some people or work in a field that requires you to maybe think really sad. Like maybe you're a fucking marriage counselor or some shit, and you deal with so many people that are on the brink of divorce, right? And that kind of affects and impacts how you maneuver in your relationships, because it's like, well, what you know what I'm saying? How can I trust you when I deal with people every day that talk to me about why they can't trust their spouse, and they all have valid reasons, right? Or something like that. Even in doing what I do, right? Maybe you're a tarot reader and a spiritualist, and it's like maybe that actually does impact you negatively and positively, right? It's one thing to read and pull cards, and it's another thing to be so obsessively about on what's the next outcome, right? To where it makes you negative. You know what I mean? Divine Masculine, you have what goal would feel best for you to accomplish this year? How can I support you in that? So Divine Masculine, you could maybe be wanting to show a little bit more support. It says, write a short guide of how to love your partner well. So Divine Masculine, I do feel like you could be in that space as well, where you're really thinking about how you can really show up for your partner more, how you can love on your partner more. You know, and again, I think that does tie in with Giveon very well. You know, like he said, if this is what you want, then maybe okay. You know what I'm saying? He gives you your all, but you ain't got no patience. You know what I'm saying? And it's because you ain't got no patience because you waiting on me. Divine Masculine, y'all's energy is very funny right now. It's very tickling, actually. But I do see you getting very serious now, buckling down more on how you can really show that, right? Yeah, these people don't make you feel beautiful, but it's cool. I'm coming back. I'm writing a short guide about how I can show up more for you and support you more in that, in your goals and in your dreams, and you know how my feminine needs me to show up. And I feel like Divine Feminine, you could be asking yourself, like, you know, what assumptions or what ways of showing yourself that wasn't really true to you, right? Maybe you were a lot more lenient than you really know you needed to be. Maybe you was a lot more giving than you know you really needed to be. But see, you kind of projected that when it's like that's not really a true representation of who you are, right? And I think you could be very much thinking about that right now during this time, as well as thinking about how maybe your job might affect you. Maybe Divine Feminine, you've been working a whole lot to keep from thinking about the masculine, where typically the masculine usually be working to not think about y'all, right? Us, rather. But you could also be really realizing how you've been working a lot to maybe keep from thinking about some things, right? That's the question. Do you think my job affects me negatively and positively? How does it affect us, right? So maybe you've been so wrapped up with work, you know what I'm saying, that you ain't been making no time for just processing how you feel about the connection, right? So make sure you think about that. The astrology cards that you have is opposition, Divine Feminine, Chiron, 11th house, and 7th house. So I'm definitely already seeing, making sure that you're getting a balance. This is not the time to be trying to use work to keep from the healing that you need to do. Okay, so I feel like that could definitely be on your mind. If it's not on your mind, make sure it's on your mind. Okay, because it's affecting you guys, whether you're in communication or whether you're in separation, whether you mirroring each other, you're a seasoned twin or you're new to this journey. Working and using the job to keep from thinking about this person only affects you negatively, and it affects the connection negatively, right? Now, typically, if you're unhealed and you still got a lot of healing to do, hearing that might trigger you, right? Where it's like, well, why do I want to keep thinking about a person who, right? We've all been there. It's not about thinking about them and giving them so much power. This is about processing what you feel and how you feel, and getting balanced in what you feel and how you feel. Using work to keep from thinking about this person keeps you from really grasping the emotion of how you feel, right? To a lot of feminines, when ego is in the way and pride is in the way, right? You feel like, well, why would I want to do that? I'm not about to keep crying over somebody who's not crying over me, but you're not crying over them for them. You doing this for your own healing. You see how that tear is dropping? This is for your own purging. This is for your own cleansing. This is for your own releasing, right? But when you're using work to keep from thinking about this person, it keeps you unable to release. It keeps them unable to release. That's that mirror energy. If you're a seasoned twin, I don't got to tell you that. That's probably a tidbit for the new ones. Okay, because you know, new people find the new journey all the time. With this edge card, it's definitely giving me friendship. Okay, so I do feel like pushing more into your community, your tribe. Okay, pushing more into your friends can also help you. Okay, isolating yourself and thinking about work. Feminines, I feel like y'all over here in very masculine energy right now. Okay, I feel like make sure you balance that too. It's not time to be in feminine energy right now. You need to be in your divinity. You need to be in your softness. You need to be forgiving. Okay, and I feel like this is about your own personal development, your own healing powers. Crying is a very healing tool, right? Just like going to your friendships about what's going on, right? You have 11th house and 7th house, so it's very much giving me you need to be using your friends, your community, your soul tribe to help you maneuver through this balance. It's one thing to spend a lot of time by yourself, and it's another thing to actually spend time with other people so they can help you through that, right? I know that was something I had to learn like a year ago. I would kind of go through things in my twin flame journey and I would get hurt, but then I would kind of distract myself with making money and hanging out too much with my friends, right? To keep from thinking about it. When it's like, no, you need some alone time, because that alone time is going to be very pivotal for you to cry, for you to forgive, for you to be angry. Even if you got to be angry, you're going to be angry for a couple of days. That's fine. But how are we processing through the anger and not just holding on to it and harboring it? You can be sad. It's okay to be sad. But how are we processing that and holding on to it? Or are you distracting yourself with hanging out with friends, clubbing, going out, other suitors, right? And work. It only keeps you blocked. Okay. And again, opposition is here, but this is also mirroring energy. This is a mirror here. So how are we also making sure that we're not mirroring that back? The more that you try to pretend I do not see, divine masculine is also going to sit here and pretend like I do not see. Okay, which brings me to this oracle card. What is the commitment that you need to be making to yourself right now? The oath, the promise, right? Is it to crying more? Is it to actually acknowledging your feelings? You know, maybe you need to allow your friends to help you. Maybe you've been trying to be so strong, divine feminine, where it's like, well, I'm not going to bother my friends with this. I'm just going to, you know, lock myself in the room and cry. And it's like, no, let your friends help you. You don't have to, but it's a balance, right? You don't want to rely too much on your friends because this ain't their journey. You have to learn how to heal and self-soothe, right? You have to do your own forgiveness work, but you also don't have to be by yourself to where you isolate yourself from the people that can help you get through this rough patch. Let the people that love you help you through this rough patch. Okay, if you need guidance, if you need assistance, let them help you through that. But yeah, you have two cards of balance here. 7th house is also the card ruling by Libra. So this is also about, again, balancing. Yeah, that opposition, you know what I'm saying? That balancing of the scales. So right now it's a good time for y'all to also get balance right now when y'all update. Okay, if you haven't been getting balance, it's time to yeah, balancing money and love. Yeah, I wish y'all could. You see how there's like water here in this scale? There's some coins here in this scale. So yeah, divine feminine, I feel like this is going to be a big time for you to make sure you're balancing that as well. Make the conscious effort and getting disciplined on balancing that. Call yourself out on your own bullshit. Right? You know how sometimes you can wake up and you can think about your situation. You can be so sad, but then you like, well, I don't have time to be sad. I have to get up and go to work. No, you don't. You have time to be sad. Call out. Right? Call out. Or either get you a good cry session in before you go in and make some money. Cry on the way to make money. You know what I'm saying? Process them emotions on the way to make money. Process the emotions when you come back. But don't try to cover up and conceal one with the other. Right? Don't work so much that you try not to think about them. But then don't think about them so much that you forget to take your ass to work. Because divine masculine not going to think about you so much that he forget to take his ass to work. They're going to take their ass to work. Right? So this is about balance. Making sure that you're calling yourself out on your own bullshit. Even getting around your friends so your friends can call you out on your bullshit. Girl, have you cried? Hello? You know what I'm saying? Have you been crying? Because girl, I feel like you just been trying to power through it. Like you don't miss this man. And it's okay to miss this man. It's okay to miss this partner. Because again, divine masculine isn't just about the male gender. You could be a feminine. This is about energy. Okay? So don't be so wrapped up that you forget. You know? Some of you, again, are trying to manifest, but it takes a conscious effort. You can't be trying to manifest nobody back, but then you still holding on to shit. You trying to manifest a marriage and shit, but then you still got healing and releasing to do. Okay. It says healing powers, growth, amends, release, personal development, inherited issues, self-doubt, generational trauma, shame, sensitivity, forgiveness, superpowers, divinity, cleansing, softness, and pain. How are you making an oath, and how are you making a commitment to making sure that you're actually healing? Okay? And not actually just going through the motions of life and shit. Okay? Divine Masculine, you are over here with the Capricorn card, Neptune, Jupiter, sextile, and you had an extra card that came out with 8th house. Okay, I do feel like you guys are taking things a lot more seriously in this connection, either taking the connection seriously, taking life more seriously, or just getting a lot more serious in what it is that you want to accomplish in this connection. Okay, I feel like you could be very structured. This has brought you a lot of wisdom. I feel like is the update that I'm getting right now, and I feel like you're getting serious on just how far this can go. Right, a lot of the times, especially with the collective that I know of Divine Masculines here, motherfuckers don't take shit serious. Right, just to flat out, you weren't taking it serious. Right, you can be a very serious person, Divine Masculine, when it's time and when it's needed, but you can also be very rigid, and you can also be very hard to gauge is the word I'll use. Right, I think you're learning to take things a lot more serious. I feel like you're also really seeing just how far this can go if you take this connection seriously and actually capitalize on the opportunities that come. Right, that's why I said I like the cards that y'all got. I feel good actually kind of tapping into y'all energy. I feel like Divine Feminine, y'all actually might be the ones that's a little behind right now. Okay, because of that lack of healing, you need to make a commitment and an oath to yourself to actually heal and forgive. You know what I mean? I feel like that could be the big issue with y'all, where you're not forgiving, or there's something that's hard to forgive, and it's going to take a conscious effort. Okay, Divine Masculine, I feel like healing isn't exactly an issue for you. I feel like what this is giving me in the update right now is giving you want to be a supportive partner, and you want to learn how to love your partner well. You're being serious about that. You're being very realistic about what it is you want, what it is it's going to take. I feel like for some of you, you're also getting prepared. The prepared card word is kind of coming out to me. You're real reserved, but you know what I'm saying? You like to do shit by tradition, but when you get ready to do some shit, you gonna do it. So it's giving me that kind of energy too. But I feel like you're trying to take a more disciplined approach. What I will say is, watch that ego, right? Because again, that's why I said I like the energy with all to me, where it's like, these niggas not making you feel beautiful is cool, because see, I'm coming back for that, right? But don't try to play Mr. Cool. Capricorn, especially with this Capricorn energy, you might be a Capricorn, have Capricorn in the chart. But it's very much giving me, y'all be trying to play Mr. Mrs. Cool Guy, Divine Masculine, real bad. And this ain't the time to be trying to play it like Mr. Badass. Okay? If you're going to come on some real emotional shit, you need to come on some real emotional shit. And I feel like that's what this 8th house card is. You know what I'm saying? Really show that intimacy. Really make that investment. Really show the intensity behind how you feel. I want to keep calling y'all Capricorns. So y'all definitely might have some Capricorn energy. Or Saturn might be prominent. I know Saturn is transiting, so that could be a thing too, where Saturn might be transiting somewhere in your chart. But it's giving, so a lot of you are preparing for something, like having to accomplish something first, or wanting to accomplish something first. Excuse me. Understand that you have to make some sacrifices. Understanding that you're going to have to roll the dice on it. But I feel like overall, Divine Masculines, in this update, the collective is, y'all are really getting serious about what it is you want, who it is you want, and how you're going to really capitalize on the opportunity to do it. The opportunity card says collaborates, assists, explains, provides an opportunity, synergies, creates possibility for, opens the door, promises, brings insight to, communicates, welcomes, and develops. So yeah, I do feel like y'all say y'all are getting a lot of insight right now. Your dreams could also be popping very, very much as well. Divine masculine. So pay attention to your dreams right now. Okay, which brings me to the oracle card. Y'all got messages. So for a lot of you, you are getting a lot of spiritual messages in your dreams. It's going to be very, very, very important that you not only write them down, but you capitalize off of them, because this is telling you what you need to get prepared on or how to go about doing something. Okay, I feel like y'all spiritual team is trying to also help y'all behind the scenes. Is kind of what I'm picking up. Your divine team is trying to help you get divine feminine back, but you have to take heed to the messages that are around you. If you're not taking heed to the messages because you're trying to do shit your way, or because you're trying to still play Mr. Motherfucking Cool Guy about it, then you're going to miss the opportunity. Right? It says brings insight to, communicates. So I feel like y'all spiritual team could definitely be communicating with y'all through synchronicities, through dreams, through visions, right? Especially if you're meditating. Maybe when you go to sleep, you get all types of crazy ass dreams about how to expand and capitalize upon this energy. Right? Yeah, teaching you something, giving you the potential, right? But it's up to you to really take heed about that. You can be so serious sometimes that you also don't take heed to the spiritual stuff because you're so practical. Okay, so make sure you watch that. Spiritual signs are signs. You're not tripping. Okay, divine feminine ain't get as far as where she is because she just down to earth. She also believes in the spiritual realm. Okay, but I do feel good about this collective divine masculines. I feel like divine feminine, y'all are the ones that's a little behind right now. And I hate to say that about my people, but it is giving. Y'all just need to actually make an oath to forgiveness. I feel like y'all might cry a little bit. You see how there's barely a tear coming down? It's like y'all drop a tear and then y'all be like, all right, suck that shit up. It's like, nah, you need to really cleanse that, right? Cleanse that off of you. Make a commitment to really cleanse that off of you. Make a commitment to really processing them emotions. Don't stunt how you cry and cry it all out. All of it. All of it. Right? And then go from there. Because that'll help. That's going to be what help balance you out. Right? For your manifestations. I feel like divine feminine, y'all could, like you said, you don't want to leave divine masculine, but for some of you, you're still very upset and angry. It's like, I don't want to leave, but I'm still mad. I'm still hurt, right? I'm still trying to, confront, because confronts is here in this card. I'm still trying to confront what it is that what happened. I'm still having conflict with what happened. You know what I'm saying? I still want to call you out on what happened. You know what I'm saying? And I can see that, but it's like, okay, but this ties into just healing and forgiving and releasing that pain and healing that energy of being angry and holding on to that anger, of being sad and broken and upset and disappointed and holding on to those exact things, right? Love Language by SZA is playing. So yeah, it's like really tapping into what it is that you need for yourself right now. You know what I'm saying? When you learn about somebody's love language, you learn what they need, what they like, right? And this is the time to think about what you might need from you right now in order to forgive, right? Where it's like, I don't want to leave. I really want to be here by your side, right? But I feel like divine feminine, that you find conflict with that because you still have a lot of hurt, right? And then you mask that hurt with the job. Whereas divine masculine, I see you actually preparing to come back. That's why I said I get a split energy. Now, for some of you where this is new and you're about to meet a new person, a new divine feminine, a new counterpart, because contracts has changed, I feel like this is a swap energy to make sure that you almost prepare both sides for that new one, right? If you have a new masculine coming in, and your new masculine gonna take you from the old one who still can't do right, who still don't make you feel beautiful. He don't say what you want him to say. He don't make you feel like it's enough. you ran out of patience with them, then you have a new masculine that's coming. But you still need to actually heal so you can actually get this new masculine. Seventh house card is about, you know, marriage, partnerships. So y'all are going to have to learn how to be friends first before y'all can really get into this partnership. But see, if you still coming with unhealed trauma and you still allowing your job to affect you negatively and shit, and you ain't really been tapping into that emotional divine feminine, right? Some of you might meet a new person and then like the cards say, what assumptions did you have about me that turned out to be false? But what assumptions have you given them to make that because you left too much room, right? Maybe you are a lot more emotional than you let on, but then you're gonna meet this new masculine and try to act like I don't give a fuck about none. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit in my Asian doll voice. Okay? When it's like, no, you do give a fuck, and you're actually very sensitive and you're actually very receptive to what's going on. Don't leave them no room to assume that that's false. Be who you are, all of you. Okay? And for some of you, again, if you're meeting a new divine feminine, then I definitely see you preparing and gearing up. You might get visions of meeting a new feminine, right? It might be a new energy where you might be dreaming of somebody new. Maybe you single and you watching this and you like, well, damn, I have been kind of dreaming of, I don't know who this woman is. I don't know who this woman is, this man is that's been coming to me in my dreams, but I have been dreaming of a feminine energy, right? But again, how are you going to be in support of this person when they show up? How are you going to love them? What guide do you have of how well to love this partner when you finally meet them? Or are you just going to be your laid back, super cool, extra prideful self where it's just like, yeah, because I knew that you was going to be digging me, right? That's not good enough. You have a lot of wisdom. You're very wise. Don't wrap that up in just some Mr. Cool Guy ass package, Mrs. Cool Girl ass package. Okay, that's not enough. It's almost like yeah, I'm kind of seeing that with I was just watching the Ari and Moneybag Yo like Valentine edition of when it was like cooking or whatever. And I know Ari, this is kind of coming to me too. Ari was like, you know, cause I told you I loved you first, and you said it back. And then the next morning you woke up and was like, yeah, cause I knew I wasn't the only one feeling away. So you was really loving me before I told you I loved you. You just didn't say nothing, right? And Moneybag Yo was like, it's pride. As men, sometimes we don't be want to say I love you first. We don't be want to put that out there first. But it be pride. We be knowing how we feel. We be knowing that we be digging these women first. But it's like an ego thing. I ain't gonna tell her I love her first. She got to tell it to me first, right? And it's like, nah, don't try to be Mr. Cool about this shit. Be who you gonna be, right? Where it's like, well, baby, listen, I know he don't make you feel like nothing. Listen, that's what you got me for. Come here. You know what I'm saying? Come here, let me love you. Let me make you feel like you're beautiful. He might not say all the things that you want him to say, but I know all of the right things to say. That's why you just need to come up with a real one. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you're being you without all of the extra antics. Okay? Because this Capricorn archetype energy, one thing I do know about Capricorn placements is they be more into their image and their reputation more than just being honest, where then now you come off like Mr. Macho and Mr. Cool because you don't want to look like a simp, divine masculine, when it's less about looking like a simp and it's more about being who you are. That is what's going to get you a lot farther. Being Mr. Cool, Mr. Macho ain't going to get you that far. Your accomplishments ain't going to get you that far. I don't give a fuck about how all of the money and the accolades and shit. That's not going to impress divine feminine, because that is not what impresses divine feminine. How cool you are, how many followers and likes and shit you got, or how many businesses you run is not what impresses divine feminine. But what impresses divine feminine is how well can you show up and support for them for their new goals. How well can you love them and be a loving partner to them and expand these opportunities and really help them and show them a different type of intimacy that they haven't had, right? Actually sending that message or making that phone call. I do see y'all gearing up to actually send a message though as well. I see you preparing, right? I feel like what I'm also seeing here is watch the daydreams, because sometimes you can expand too far in your daydreams, divine masculine, and you can think the worst. You have a good opportunity that's about to come up and you need to capitalize on it, an investment with a new divine feminine or your old one. But when you get too in your dreams, right? And you get too ungrounded, I feel like you start to think the worst. Be realistic, but still dream big, right? Have a balance on that. And I feel like that could be something that's in the mirror too, where divine feminine needs to balance her healing and actually forgiving and work. I feel like you need to balance being realistic with being a dreamer. Okay. Dreams do come true. This can go really well. But sometimes if you're not careful, if you go too far in your daydreams and you expand them too much, you become a little unrealistic, right? Like, oh, because she could just run off and marry me tomorrow. No, she's not. Right? But this can also be very negative where you get to in your daydreams and it's like, well, what if the bitch tell me go fuck myself? I don't think she's going to do that either. Okay, dream big, but be very grounded still in what you're dreaming about. Okay. So let's move over into the tarot and then we can move over into some other things. Give me a couple of cards for, let's start with Divine Masculine since I'm already kind of on y'all. Give me something for Divine Masculine for what they might need to know. Give me an update in their journey for Divine Masculine. Yeah, there's some outlook. There's some outlook, some mentality that you need to release. Some perspective. And I think I did see that. Who had the perspective card? Somebody had the perspective card. Was it over here? It probably was. Divine Masculine, what I will say is, gotta move on. Oh, boy, without the bitch, that confirms it. Yeah, King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Divine Masculine, y'all are about to, you gonna, for some of you who still dealing with somebody else, you are being very much pushed right now to actually speak. Yeah, I'm hearing she don't want my love. Guess I gotta move on. Because that is a song. When it's like, it's not that somebody don't want your love, right? And that could be the channel message from Divine Feminine. I don't want to leave. I want to be here by your side. You make me feel and believe that we're in paradise. I don't feel the ground. You make me feel like, whoa, it's not that somebody don't want your love. It's just, Divine Masculine, you gonna keep holding your dick until you miss an opportunity. I've been getting that very heavy for y'all. Y'all gonna keep twirling y'all nuts and pulling on y'all dick until you miss an opportunity. It's not that somebody don't want your love. And I think that could be where it's like you daydream a little too much. Where it's like, be fucking for real. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta smack y'all back into reality and shit. Be fucking for real. It's not that somebody don't want your love. It's just, how long do you realistically think, right? How long do you realistically think that somebody is meant to be waiting on you to actually send a message? And that was basically exactly what I was getting. You have some mentality that's keeping you from actually speaking from the heart. Whether it be this Capricorn energy of trying to play Mr. Cool, Mr. Badass, like I don't have emotions and I must not be a simp, whatever the fuck that means, right? Or you either too realistic and it's like you leave no room for fairy tales. Do you believe in magic? Magic actually happens if you can believe in it, right? But when you don't believe in magic and you're being too realistic, then you don't have anything to expand on. Yeah, I'm getting your bag, stay in your bag. The Justice card just flipped over. So yeah, you actually want to speak to somebody. You want to reconcile. But it's like you keep your own self stuck because it's almost like you telling yourself pigs don't fly, so you just refuse to believe in it. But it's like pigs do fly if you believe in it. Depends on what you believe in, right? But I feel like y'all gonna hold on to this mentality if somebody don't want to be with you, that they want to leave, right? Give yon. If this is what you want, then baby, okay, right? If you don't want to be with me, then cool. But it's not that somebody don't want to leave. Says Divine Feminine, I don't want to leave. I just want to be here by your side. But you have to actually be fucking realistic on how long that's going to actually hold up before you actually get a towel moment and the rug gets snatched from up under you. See what I'm saying about Moneybag Yo is playing. So yeah, but if you want somebody to understand you, Divine Masculine, you got to speak, right? And then it's like y'all be trying to come on passion and shit. Y'all be trying to come and have sex. Like, no, speak from the heart. You see how King of Cups has his hand over his heart? Because he's speaking authentically from the heart. He expresses from the heart. That is how you're going to show that intimacy, right? 8th house energy. That's how you're going to make that investment and actually curate that possibility. But in order to actually communicate and bring that insight together, in order for somebody to really see what you're saying and see where you come from, divine masculine, you have to actually speak from the heart. Being confident and cocky and coming off like Mr. Cool Guy, Mr. Cool Girl is not gonna get you what you want. That's why I said that was a big energy of that. Where it's like you preparing for some of y'all, I am picking up for some of them, they already know that. They already know they can't come with sex. They already know they can't come with a whole bunch of Mr. Cool Guy shit. They have to come on genuine, authentic energy. And that could also be because there's a lot of energy of communication from y'all where communication is required from you. You cannot keep holding and twirling your dick around. But again, you're going to keep this mentality that's going to cause you to actually miss an opportunity with this person. And you keep making it seem as if they don't want to be with you. Like, oh, she don't want my love, I guess I gotta move on. But no, they do. However, you're not articulating the love. You articulate the sex, you articulate the money you have, you articulate how much of a boss you are, but you don't articulate other forms of intimacy. You come with dick in hand and shit, and that's not good enough. And then you be feeling like, well, I guess since she don't want my love, no, nobody wants dick from you, divine masculine. That's what that is. Okay, but again, not all of you are still there. Some of these divine masculines understand that they can't come with that no more, and I feel like they are trying to work on being confident, and I feel like that's the prepared energy that I'm getting too. Where it's like somebody's preparing. You know what I'm saying? They real rigid, they real structured and real by the book, real stickler motherfucker about how they do it, but they're preparing to say something. But again, let me emphasize very well. You don't have forever. Time is not on y'all side, divine masculine. Do with that information as you want to. Time is not on your side. You keep pulling your dick around like, oh, I'm still preparing myself. If you want to, I'm preparing my speech. I'm preparing my speech. I'm preparing my speech. You're gonna miss the opportunity to give your speech because you done spent 5 goddamn years preparing it. How many times can you prepare the speech before it's time to actually give that motherfucker? Like, so it's kind of giving that too. Don't be so realistic or be so like uptight about the speech or the message you trying to give and prepare so much to give the message that you miss the opportunity to give it. It's like, yeah, I'm preparing to do the interview. I'm preparing for the interview. I'm preparing for the interview. I'm preparing for the interview. Then you fuck around and miss the interview because you done been sick preparing for the interview 6 hours. The interview was 4 hours ago. You didn't spend 6 hours preparing. At this point, it's giving intuitively procrastination. How long must you prepare? And sometimes I don't give a fuck how much you prepare. You can't prepare for a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't give a fuck how much you prepared. Sometimes you still will never be ready enough. You just gotta go. So that's the energy I'm getting too. But I am picking up for a big update. Yeah, Queen of Swords just slipped over. So for some of you, you preparing because you scared for what a motherfucker gonna say. Because you know that you can't come on no childish ass shit. A motherfucker gonna chew you and spit you straight out like winter fresh. That's why your ass keep preparing. But again, if you know you're not coming on Page of Cups, if you ain't coming on a little boy ass time, you shouldn't have nothing to worry about. Now, for those of you who know you still acting like a child, okay, that makes sense. That's why Divine Feminine about to get somebody new, because you know you still acting like a child, and that's why you still preparing. It's not preparing, it's procrastination. You're not ready to grow up. Some of you are. You ready to actually articulate from the heart, but there's some mentality that's keeping you in the way. And I feel like for those of you that's trying to prepare, or you are preparing, but you ain't exactly said nothing yet, it's because you feel like maybe somebody don't want your love no more. So it's like I'm ready to speak, but now that I'm ready to speak, I feel like since she don't want my love no more, I guess I gotta move on. And again, it's not that they don't want to be with you. You have to just send the message and just let the shit be that. Y'all be thinking too much. So there's that. Give me something. Give me an update for Divine Feminine. Ooh, well, that was bitch. If I can't make nothing, how fast did that flip over? Tell Me It's Over. Yeah, Tell Me It's Over by Jacquees, Summer Walker and Black. I feel like that's a good ass song. I actually need to put that in my playlist. I feel like that song is a banger. I feel like Divine Feminine, like I've been saying, y'all issue is the forgiveness. Look at this death card down at the bottom of the deck. You see how they just laying here defeated? He got his hand all on his forehead and shit. Divine Feminine, I feel like for y'all update, this is exactly what I said. Y'all need to make a commitment to y'all's healing. Because y'all are soaking. Tell me it's over. So that give me, y'all still mad about the fact that it's over and shit. Death card at the bottom of the deck. The death card is supposed to be for a death and a rebirth, which means, yeah, it's over for right now, but it's over so something can be regenerated and rejuvenated, like the Phoenix energy and shit. You know what I'm saying? The Phoenix energy never dies. Even when it dies, it comes back stronger, better, just like that Tower moment, right? But even though the Tower moment for Divine Masculine was more so, you gonna keep twiddling your feet and shit. You gonna keep dancing, two-stepping on this rug till somebody comes snatch this rug away from you. That's just Divine Masculine. Divine Feminine, I feel like with this death card, it's time for you to rebirth and regenerate to some new energy. You still fucked up about the fact that it was over and shit. You still just you just real fucked up about that. It's just about healing. Yeah, Six of Pentacles reversed tried to come out. So you just fucked up about the fact that y'all ain't giving energy to each other no more. This feel like a separation. So this could be for a lot of you who aren't in separation and shit. Yeah. A lot of memories. I feel like, yeah, I was going to say that. Give me one more for Divine Feminine. Okay, two more it is then. Yeah, look at the King of Pentacles down here in the back here. So yeah, it's very much giving somebody preparing. For those of you, for a lot of you, for a good bit of you, your Divine Masculine is preparing to make a return. What is this cut at the deck? Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacle energy could be focused on money, could be focused on stability. Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck, emotional fulfillment. But y'all have a lot of sad bitch energy going on right now, and I think you're definitely trying to cover it up with work because things have went away. Divine Feminine, for a lot of y'all, this update is you're processing your emotions like a child. Don't shoot me, I'm just a messenger. Hands up, don't shoot. I'm just a messenger, bitch. Y'all are processing y'all emotions like children. Okay? You reminisce a lot about the past. You reminisce a lot about the memories and, you know what I'm saying, and what could have been, should have been, was, why it wasn't, right? And again, Five of Cups is crying over spilled milk. There's two cups in the front that are wasted, but there's 1, 2, 3 in the back. If you just actually if he pick his motherfucking head up and look behind him, there's no reason to cry over spilled milk. Okay, but I feel like Divine Feminine, y'all are crying over spilled milk still. Y'all crying over the fact that it's over, but you ain't really processed to yourself it's over so it could generate a new beginning. Right? And I feel like that could be where both of y'all are stuck. Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. Because for a lot of y'all, Divine Masculine is giving you stuck because now that you're ready to speak, you feel like it's too late. You ready to speak and you ready to get serious. You ready to take the relationship serious now. You done went from little boy energy to grown man energy, big King of Cups. You ready to speak from the heart. But now it's like, well, since she don't want my love no more, I guess I should just move on with myself. And it's not that she don't want your love. Again, you have to be very realistic on how long you think somebody... So you thought they were just supposed to wait until whenever you were supposed to grow up, right? And I feel like Divine Feminine, you so stuck on the fact that this was supposed to be generating some new energy that you still fucked up about the disappointments and the fact that it didn't work out in the first place. And it's like, but girl, it didn't work out so you could get some newer energy, right? If you knew that Divine Masculine, and I feel like this, for those of y'all who's a part of that collective, right? If you know your Divine Masculine was acting childish and you had to walk away, why are you still sad about the fact you had to walk away? That's spilled milk. Because whatever you walk away from will be replaced with better. But see, you're not finding the balance on the emotion and making an oath to actually working through that and finding your emotional fulfillment. You kind of just stuck working and shit. You're still trying to work and shit to cover up your emotions. Right? You supposed to be, a lot of y'all either want to just give the love or you don't want the love at all, right? That's real Page of Cups. I just want to either be romantically involved and head over heels, or I don't want love at all. That is very childlike and unrealistic ideal. Why? Because love comes with growth. Growth is growing pains, which means, again, if you came into the situation acting like big Queen of Cups where you just so over giving and over loved, and oh, because I gave this and gave that and gave my pussy and gave this and that it is. Okay, but now you've given them the assumption to feel like you'll always be around, right? Let's put this in proper perspective. That's why I'm happy they gave me, kind of made me do both piles. Divine Masculine, we can already see looking at his cards, right? It was very unrealistic in him to think that Divine Feminine would just stick around. That's why he felt like he didn't have to take it serious. He didn't have to grow up. Divine Masculine, right? Because Divine Feminine made you feel like she was going to accept you in that childish ass, childlike energy. That's low-key your fault, Divine Feminine. Because that was the assumption that turned out to be false. That you just sit here and wait until the motherfucker got it together. But now that they ready to get it together, I feel like you the one kind of slowing it down, because it's like, well, wow, I can't believe that he didn't get it together. I can't believe that he was actually a kid and that he wasn't taking things seriously. But Divine Feminine, you led him with the assumption to believe that he didn't have to take shit seriously, because you were just going to be here with the unserious shit. Because you was committed. And it's one thing to be committed, but what assumption did you hold place that turned out to be false? That you were over loving and over giving. The Queen of Cups can be over loving and over giving. She got love for everybody, even people that don't got love for herself. That's not who you are, right? But it's like you have a new beginning that's meant to be coming with the Sun card and the Eight of Wands. It's supposed to be coming, and it's supposed to be coming very fast. The death and rebirth energy, when it dies, is to regenerate, and it regenerates just as fast as it died. But you're not regenerating, Divine Feminine. You're very angry still. You're very hurt still. You're very emotionally fucked up. You still thinking about the memories, and you allowing the memories to trigger you and make you all angry and shit again. Some of you have been drinking, and you need to put that bottle down. Okay, this Page of Cups is in this deck. This is my alcoholic card. My boy got a cup. He got 2 bottles, one open, the other one still open and half empty and shit. And he just sitting here like, you know what I'm saying? You know how you get real tipsy and you kind of just have the look on your face and shit. You just smiling at everybody. You just tipsy as hell, right? So if you've been drinking a lot too, it's time to put that bottle away. I feel like clarity and clear-mindedness is going to be what you need. So if you have been drinking because you real fucked up about it, drinking just makes you even more fucked up about it. Put that damn bottle down. For some of you, it's not drinking. It could be smoking. Put that down too. Yeah, I'm hearing Blue Dream with these roses here. Blue Dream. So you might really like Blue Dream as a strand if you're a 420 friendly person. Put all of that shit down. All of it. Because you need something that's not going to elicit for you to actually go back into that hurt. I feel like every time, for those of y'all where that applies, you start reminiscing about like the good times and shit, and then you like, well, I'm gonna take a shot because fuck that motherfucker, right? And then 1 shot turned into 3, and then 3 shots turned into 6, and then now before you know it, you still hurt and angry. You just tipsy and angry. You know what I'm saying? You just tipsy and angry and shit. The drinking didn't help nothing. Yeah, Trust by Brent Fayez. So I feel like your trust was probably broken, and I feel like that could be what you really fucked up about right now. But you're going to have to really learn how to balance money and your emotions. That's why I said cry on the way to work. Cry on the way to clock in. Or either cry on your way home. If you like, girl, I just did my makeup real pretty, I'm not about to cry on my way to work. Cry and boohoo cry on the way home. Right? And get up tomorrow and do it all over again. Cry before class. Cry after class. Cry in between. But you need to be balancing the emotions with the practicality right now. Because a lot of your emotions are keeping you stunted. There's a new beginning that's meant to come. But see, when you're not clear-headed on what needed to happen, right? When you're not clear-headed on why this needed to happen, right? It feel like life happens to you and shit. It feel like somebody then just did you dirty. And of course, I'm not here to actually say they did or they didn't. But what I am saying is, this feels like, what is the bigger lesson here? Right? If you can't see it, help your friends to see it. Where it's like, well, girl, we done already told you when you first started talking to James that you was being too nice, that you was letting James get away with murder and shit. Now that you see that this nigga got away with murder, arson, bitch, robbery, and all of that shit, now you like, well, I just can't believe that the nigga would try to, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing as a divine feminine I'm starting to realize, right? That you can't let motherfuckers get away and start sliding. Once you let some slide, people think it's an ice rink. They think they ice skating and shit around that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You gotta actually let people know, like, look, I'm not letting that slide. It's an issue for me. We gonna dead this right here, right now. Cause see, if I let it slide right now, I'm gonna let it slide next time, and then you gonna start ice skating around this bitch. And I'm not about to give you the assumption that that's okay, because that's not okay with me. Flat out, period. That puts divine masculine in the energy of, okay, let me write a short guide of how well I can love my partner. What ways can I really show up for them, in support of them, for their goals, for what they want to do, right? Divine feminine, I feel like this is teaching you as well how to mature in your own loving energy. Divine masculine is not your father. Oop, I don't know who needed to hear that, but let me repeat it. Divine masculine is not your father. You have to let them be who they are, but you have to actually learn how to stand up for yourself too in the same thing. And I feel like that's probably what you really fucked up on, right? Where it's like, I can't believe a motherfucker will do me like that. I can't believe a motherfucker will treat me like, but you allowed them to. You gave them the assumption that you was cool with the shit until you were no longer cool with it. That was the lesson for you to learn. Once you understand that and you can get clear-headed on that and accept that, and become mentally cool with that part of it. Now, again, I ain't talking about no extremes. I ain't talking about no extra domestic violence. That's not what I'm talking about. This part of the segment, this part of the show ain't for you, right? But for those of you that lack boundaries, for those of you that, you know, was being overly nice, overly nurturing, overly giving, right? Or whatever that looked like for you, and now you done got yourself in a situation where you want to cry about it. You're being asked to really heal that, because see, it was supposed to teach you how to really be in your divine feminine energy and not playing mama to somebody, or not trying to make divine masculine subconsciously feel your fatherly voice. Just like divine masculine, divine feminine is not your mother. So yeah, your mama might wait around on you where it's like, oh, divine masculine, you know, they're still learning, they're still trying to get it together. Divine feminine is not your mommy. So there's no way you could have thought that, you know, she was just going to stick around and wait on you until whenever finally one day maybe you wanted to get it together, because that was the dream that you thought, because that was the illusion she gave you, right? That she was just going to sit here and stick it out and wait for you to finally get it together. Nah, but that don't mean that she don't want you. She still want to be with you, right? She just don't want to have to mommy you, right? And I think that's the same thing for divine masculine. I still want to be with you. I love you. But I'm not perfect. Don't hold me to the standard that you hold your daddy, because you feel like your daddy is perfect, or because you wanted your father to be perfect. So now you have all of these unrealistic expectations of me, because these are all the expectations you would have held your father's standard to. But I'm not your daddy. I'm imperfect. I'm flawed. I have to grow. I have my own growth to do. So don't take it so personal, like it's an attack on you personally. This is about my journey, my growth. And the same thing about divine feminine. Don't take it personally that I'm exploring my options. Yeah, these niggas might not, you know what I'm saying, do me and love me and make me feel beautiful the way you do. But at the end of the day, I can't take that chance waiting around on you. I feel like a lot of y'all are coming to these revelations though. Okay, so divine feminine, I feel like your update right now is you're doing really good. You just need to make sure you're actually healing. Cry when you need to cry. Okay, forgive. Forgiveness is going to be very big. Soften that heart, okay? Because that balance and that partnership is coming. Divine masculine, I do feel like the update for you is prepare yourself, but don't dance too long, okay? I see you preparing. For a lot of the masculines here in this collective, I feel like they're preparing to say something. They're gearing up. It's a lot of communication energy, so I feel like you gearing up to actually say something. But you get to two-stepping on this rug for as long as you want to, and somebody snatched the motherfucker from up under you. Then you really gonna be like, well, I guess she don't want my love. Guess I gotta move on. It's no, you just took too long, and the opportunity is now gone. The door's closed. Okay, thank you again so much. I'm going to finish the channel messages over on Patreon. So channel messages and sex cards will be over on Patreon. We go ahead and get these out. If you want to definitely check in with my Patreon, you can. Definitely make sure you check down below at the bottom of the description box. It has all of my other platforms where you can find moi. If you enjoyed this reading and you want a personal reading, you can do that too. Again, don't forget that it's 20% off. using promo code Valentine23, and you can get 20% off. I do twin flame service readings. I also do personal love readings. I do sex readings, so you can get a sex personal reading and all of that other fun stuff. And yeah, so for those of you who have me on Patreon, I'll see you over on Patreon. And if you don't, I'll just see you over on the next video. Peace out.